Hello and welcome to the channel. If you like the content, give us a thumbs up and share the video. Please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for future video notifications. In this session, we will see the basics of COVID-19 and how to stay safe from this pandemic. What is COVID-19? COVID-19 is an acronym for Coronavirus Disease 2019. It is caused by the virus SARS-CoV-2, an acronym for Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome Coronavirus 2. The common symptoms of COVID-19 are most common symptoms: fever, dry cough, tiredness. Less common symptoms: aches and pains, sore throat, diarrhea, conjunctivitis, headache, loss of taste or smell, a rash on skin or discoloration of fingers or toes. What is a virus? A virus outside the host body is just a particle made up of genetic material in the form of DNA or RNA encapsulated by lipid and protein layers. Is a virus living or non-living? There is no clear classification of virus as living or non-living. Virus shows some attributes of living organisms, while some attributes are missing. Particularly, the behavior of virus outside the host body are that of a non-living organism. Like, outside the host body, the virus cannot replicate. Neither it's active nor it is depending on its surroundings for nutrients. It is really the behavior of the virus inside the host body that qualifies it as living. Inside a host body, the virus replicates and mutates to different forms. What is RNA? RNA, an acronym for ribonucleic acid, is a polymer of nucleotides. Nucleotides are building blocks of nucleic acid or RNA. A nucleotide consists of a 5-carbon sugar molecule, a phosphate group, and a nitrogenous base. The 4 bases used in nucleotide of RNA are adenine, cytosine, guanine, and uracil. What are positive sense viruses? During protein synthesis process in cells, the information in the DNA of the nucleus must travel to the protein synthesis sites of the cytoplasm and endoplasmic reticulum. The information in the DNA is transferred to a mRNA or a messenger RNA during transcription. This mRNA carries the genetic material or copy of the DNA, which will in the end decide the protein synthesis from the cell. In short, the mRNA has message which can be directly used by the cell for protein synthesis. Those type of viruses which carry a single-stranded RNA as genetic material capable of acting like a mRNA, and when these viruses enter a host body and the RNA from virus can directly be read by the host for protein synthesis, are called as positive sense virus. These viruses with positive sense are highly infectious, as the protein synthesis in the host body need not wait for any other mechanism to start. Baltimore classification. American biologist and Nobel Prize winner David Baltimore in the 1970s developed a method to classify viruses based on the production method of mRNA. Viruses can be broadly classified under 3 different categories: DNA viruses, RNA viruses, and reverse transcribing viruses. Depending on the double-stranded or single-stranded DNA, the viruses will be classified as dsDNA or ssDNA. Likewise, the RNA viruses can be classified as double-stranded RNA viruses, positive sense single-stranded RNA viruses, and negative sense single-stranded RNA viruses. Then there are other classification for viruses like single-stranded RNA viruses with a DNA intermediate in their life cycles, or a double-stranded DNA virus with an RNA intermediate in their cycles. SARS-CoV-2 classification. SARS-CoV-2 or the virus causing COVID-19 is a Baltimore Class 4 positive sense single-stranded RNA virus or a ssRNA, which is highly contagious to humans. History of SARS: severe acute respiratory syndrome and coronavirus. SARS or respiratory diseases are usually caused by coronaviruses and affects both humans and animals. Coronaviruses were first discovered in the year 1930, affecting domestic poultry. In the year 1965, first human coronavirus was discovered. So far, 7 coronaviruses affecting humans are discovered. Given below are some examples. They can be alpha coronavirus, beta coronavirus, then the MERS-CoV, SARS-CoV and SARS-CoV-2. The 229E, NL63, OC43 and HKU1 infections are very common and the symptoms are flu and common cold. SARS-CoV 2003 or SARS-CoV-2. SARS coronavirus or SARS-CoV virus identified in 2003. SARS-CoV is thought to be an animal virus from an as yet uncertain animal reservoir, perhaps bats, that spread to other animals like civet cats and first infected humans in the Guangdong province of southern China in the year 2002. An epidemic of SARS affected 26 countries and resulted in 8,000 cases in 2003. Implementation of appropriate infection control practices brought the global outbreak to an end. MERS-CoV, the beta coronavirus that causes Middle East Respiratory Syndrome or MERS. Middle East Respiratory Syndrome or MERS is a viral respiratory disease caused by a novel coronavirus, Middle East Respiratory Syndrome coronavirus or MERS-CoV, that was first identified in Saudi Arabia in the year 2012. The MERS coronavirus travels to humans from infected camels. The camels are infected by bats carrying the virus. MERS has a very high mortality rate. Out of 25,119 cases, 35% people have died so far since the year 2012. Other historic pandemics. The 1918 H1N1 Spanish flu killed around 50 million people worldwide. The 1957 H2N2 Asian flu killed around 4 million people worldwide. The 1968 H3N2 or the Hong Kong flu killed 1 million people worldwide. The 2005 H5N1 bird flu, which mostly affected more birds and few human casualties. The 2009 H1N1 swine flu killed around 18,000 people worldwide. How does the SARS-CoV-2 affects the host body? The coronavirus has 4 structural proteins: the nucleocapsid N protein, membrane M protein, spike S protein, and envelope E protein, and several non-structural proteins. The capsid is the protein shell. Inside the capsid, there is nuclear capsid or N protein, which is bound to the virus's single positive strand RNA that allows the virus to hijack human cells and turn them into virus factories. The N protein coats the viral RNA genome, which plays a vital role in its replication and transcription. The coronavirus spike or the S protein attaches to angiotensin converting enzyme 2 or ACE2 receptors that is found on the surface of many human cells, including those in the lungs, allowing virus entry. From there, the virus makes its way down into the air sacs inside your lungs, known as alveoli. Once inside the body, the viral proteins begin making copies of the viral genetic instructions and new viral proteins using the virus's genetic instructions and the cell's enzyme machinery. Once the new viruses are made, they leave the host cell by breaking the cell membrane and destroying the host cell in the process. Sometimes the virus travels inside the membrane coat, and hence the body takes time to detect the foreign body. Once the host body detects the pathogen, it releases the pyrogens, which increases the body temperature and hence the fever that follows the viral infection. SARS-CoV-2 virus affects both the lower and upper respiratory tracts. Disease propagation. Phase 1. Early infection. Transmission. A healthy person inhales the virus through various means of transmission. The disease spreads primarily from person to person through small droplets from the nose or mouth, which are expelled when a person with COVID-19 coughs, sneezes, or speaks. These droplets are relatively heavy, do not travel far, and quickly sink to the ground. People can catch COVID-19 if they breathe in these droplets from a person infected with the virus. Therefore, it is important to stay at least 1 meter away from others. These droplets can land on objects and surfaces around the person, such as tables, doorknobs, and handrails. People can become infected by touching these objects or surfaces, then touching their eyes, nose, or mouth. Therefore, it is important to wash your hands regularly with soap and water or clean with alcohol-based hand rub. Infection. The virus enters and attaches itself to the human body as explained earlier. Incubation. The virus keeps replicating inside the body without any signs like fever. Body defense and symptoms. 14 days after inspection, the body will start producing antibodies and symptoms will start to appear. At this stage, hospitalization and medical care would be required to manage symptoms like lack of oxygen in human due to lung infection and lungs' ability to supply oxygenated blood to the body. Phase 2 or pulmonary phase. Due to pus filled in the air sacs of the lungs, pneumonia onsets and blood oxygen levels fall and patient may require external oxygen supply. Phase 2A. Pneumonia without hypoxia or acute lack of oxygen in human parts. Phase 2B. Pneumonia without hypoxia. Hypoxia can show symptoms like change in color of skin, wheezing, sweating, etc. Phase 3 or hyperinflammation phase. During this phase, there is total loss of blood oxygen and hence patients will need ventilator support. Treatment of COVID-19. So far, there is no approved drug for the treatment of COVID-19. However, below drugs have been used worldwide with mixed results. Dexamethasone. Dexamethasone is a corticosteroid used in a wide range of conditions for its anti-inflammatory and immunosuppressant effects. It was tested in hospitalized patients with COVID-19 in the United Kingdom's National Clinical Trial Recovery and was found to have benefits for critically ill patients. According to preliminary findings shared with WHO and now available as a preprint, the patients on ventilators, the treatment was shown to reduce mortality by about 1/3, and for patients requiring only oxygen, mortality was cut by about 1/5. Chloroquine or hydroxychloroquine and azithromycin. Hydroxychloroquine and chloroquine have been shown to kill the COVID-19 virus in the laboratory dish. The drugs appear to work through two mechanisms. First, they make it harder for the virus to attach itself to the cell, inhibiting the virus from entering the cell and multiplying within it. Second, if the virus does manage to get inside the cell, the drugs kill it before it can multiply. Azithromycin is never used for viral infections. However, this antibiotic does have some anti-inflammatory action. There has been speculation, though never proven, that azithromycin may help to dampen an overactive immune response to the COVID-19 infection. Remdesivir. Remdesivir is an investigational nucleotide analog and broad-spectrum antiviral activity. It is not approved anywhere globally for any use. Remdesivir has demonstrated in vitro and in vivo activity in animal models against the viral pathogens MERS and SARS, which are also coronaviruses and are structurally like COVID-19. The limited preclinical data on remdesivir in MERS and SARS indicate that remdesivir may have potential activity against COVID-19. Remdesivir is an experimental medicine that does not have established safety or efficacy for the treatment of any condition. Drugs not so effective on COVID-19. Kaletra, a combination of lopinavir and nitronavir used as an antiviral drug for HIV patients, has been proposed initially as a treatment of COVID-19. Later studies have proven that Kaletra is not so effective in managing the symptoms of COVID-19. Myths: antibacterial drugs do not work on COVID-19, as COVID-19 is caused due to the virus SARS-CoV-2 and not a bacteria. Viruses change the molecular programming of the body, while bacteria work by attacking the cells by various other means. Plasma transfusion. Convalescent plasma. Convalescent refers to anyone recovering from a disease. Plasma is the yellow, liquid part of blood that contains antibodies. Antibodies are proteins made by the body in response to infections. Convalescent plasma from patients who have already recovered from coronavirus disease 2019 or COVID-19 may contain antibodies against COVID-19. Giving this convalescent plasma to hospitalized people currently fighting COVID-19 may help them recover. COVID-19 vaccination. There are at least 50 vaccine trials going on worldwide for COVID-19. How is a vaccine developed? Preclinical stage. How will this vaccine work? This research-intensive stage is designed to find natural or synthetic antigens, foreign substances that induce an immune reaction in your body that trigger the same reaction on actual virus or bacteria would. Identifying the right antigen or antigens can often take up to 4 years. Phase 1 or 2A and 2B. Is it safe? What's the right dose? Phase 1 testing marks the first time the vaccine is tested in a small group of adults, usually between 20 to 80 people, to evaluate its safety and measure the immune response it generates. Phase 2A studies aim to determine the most effective dose and expand the safety experience with the vaccine. Phase 1 and 2A clinical trials normally last several months to even a year before proceeding to Phase 2B or Phase 3 trials, in which the pool of people receiving the vaccine increases. Phase 3. How effective is the vaccine? In this stage of the clinical trial, even more volunteers receive the vaccine to study whether it's effective. Before volunteers are vaccinated, they will be tested to make sure they currently do not have the SARS-CoV-2 virus. Half of the group will be assigned to receive the vaccine, the other half will receive a placebo. Then they will be followed closely for up to 2 years to see if they do develop COVID-19 related symptoms such as fever, headache, shortness of breath, dry cough, or gastrointestinal distress. Phase 4. Regulatory approval and licensure. Is it ready for the world? After a successful Phase 3 trial, vaccine manufacturers apply to regulatory bodies such as the European Commission or the US Food and Drug Administration or FDA. At this stage, clinical trial data is reviewed to make sure the vaccine is safe and effective. The manufacturing process is also reviewed. Phase 5. Will it stay safe down the road? Even after the vaccine is approved and licensed, regulatory agencies stay involved, continuing to monitor production, inspecting manufacturing facilities, and testing vaccines for potency, safety, and purity. Note: typically a vaccine development cycle takes 10 to 14 years. In the case of COVID-19, the goal is to identify a potential mass-produced vaccination in next 2 years and get people vaccinated for less cost or free. Protect yourself and others around you by knowing the facts and taking appropriate precautions. Follow advice provided by your local health authority. To prevent the spread of COVID-19, clean your hands often. Use soap and water or an alcohol-based hand rub. Maintain a safe distance from anyone who is coughing or sneezing. Wear a mask when physical distancing is not possible. Don't touch your eyes, nose, or mouth. Cover your nose and mouth with your bent elbow or a tissue when you cough or sneeze. Stay home if you feel unwell. If you have a fever, cough, and difficulty breathing, seek medical attention. That's it for the session. Hope you have benefited from the time spent. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay informed. Until next time, bye bye.